Now in battle, though, U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions has caved in pressure to recuse himself from an investigation into alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election.
And my staff recommended recusal. They said that since I had involvement with the campaign, I should not be involved in any campaign investigation. I have studied the rules and considered their comments and evaluation. I believe those recommendations are right and just. Therefore, I have recused myself in the matters that deal with the Trump campaign. The exact language of that recusal is...
Speaking to reporters at the U.S. Justice Department, Sessions added that he didn't recall any specific political discussions with the Russian ambassador to Washington. Democrats in Congress have called on him to recuse himself from a federal probe into Russian influence on the U.S. presidential election. He's also under mounting pressure from congressional leaders to resign over his previous contacts with Russia. Earlier, a top Democratic Senator, Chuck Schumer, called for Sessions' resignation as well. President Trump, however, has defended Sessions, calling him, quote, or saying that, quote, he has total confidence in his attorney general. Joining us out of New York now is a Dakotah Lilly student, and Students and Youth for a New America is the organization she represents. Hello, ma'am. Thanks for joining us on the program. Your read on the allegations against Attorney General Sessions, his defense that it was not uncommon or wrong for him to do it at the time, and why you think that he didn't disclose it to the right people at the right time.
Well, I think that in the questioning for the confirmation of Jeff Sessions, I think the question that was posed to him was there any sort of communication with anyone in Russia, or the Russians, as they say, about the campaign of Donald Trump in 2016? And he answered truthfully and said, no, there was none. I think this is another just witch hunt by the Democrats to find supposed Russian links to those in the Trump administration. Under the last Congress, the Republican-dominated Congress, the Democrats called it a do-nothing Congress. But when Jeff Sessions does his job in talking to foreign diplomats as a senator sitting on the Armed Services Committee, all of a sudden now there are calls for recusing himself and even impeachment and resignation. I think it's ridiculous.
So you believe that this is a witch hunt out to discredit and sideline Trump's cabinet by the opposition?
Yes, I think there's things to go after the Trump administration for, especially Jeff Sessions and his defense of police brutality and other damning civil rights abuses. But I don't think him speaking with the Russian ambassador who lives in the United States is one of those things. I think that's something that should be supported and should be done by more American politicians.
Oh, so you think the Russian card is getting overplayed by the opposition against Trump, is what you're saying?
Absolutely, and I think it's all baseless, truly. I think it's, again, just a witch hunt, and it's just they're grasping at straws at this point because they have lost their message and the American people, and they've become so out of touch with the American people.
Thank you much, Mr. Dakotah Lilly, for joining us out of New York. Students and Youth for a New America.